Good morning, Campuseros. Welcome to day 3 of Reboot the World. We are so excited to have Eric Patrick Thomas with us for technology that inspires the world. Take it away, Eric.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hello, Campus Party. I'm right now I'm broadcasting actually inside my van, and why I'm doing my van is because originally I would have been rolling this out on the stage, but since we're doing this virtually, I figured I still got to show you the design that helps me be more accessible and mobile. So right now I'm inside my van. This is a regular Chrysler van, but it's adaptive so that it fits a power wheelchair, because I use a wheelchair to get around for everything because I'm paralyzed from the neck down. And I usually can control these functions on the cell phone, but because I'm broadcasting with the cell phone, I'm going to have John as my assistant today. So right now he's going to push the button to allow, nope, the other button, to let me get out the lock. No, the easy lock. Sorry.
Chair unlocked. Please roll back.
That's the easy lock that's in here. He just pushed the button and actually it releases the wheelchair. So, and it lets me know also with audio that, hey, it's time for you to roll back. So maybe somebody is not able to see, the audio would be able to at least tell that person, okay, the lock is unlocking. It's now time for you to roll back. I'm going to flip the camera angle around so that you can actually see what it's like when I go down the ramp. And then I'll show you the van on the outside and be able to talk a little bit about how it's adaptive. Inside here, as you can see, I'm not all the way up to the ceiling yet. That's because they've cut the floor like 11 inches or 12 inches down so that the chair can actually fit into the van, which is an amazing design and technology that's in here. I got to use my straw right here. I'm sipping so that my chair goes backwards. So if I'm not able to talk while I'm sipping, I apologize, because that's how I have to use the function. Push the gear. Yep. Trying to switch the camera angle. Then push the camera. And then push. Yep. A sec. And then last camera. Okay. So now I'm rolling back. We angle the camera up a little bit for me. Okay. Get it so it's stable on there. Just adjusting the camera base. So I'm rolling back. I'm inside the van right now. This right here is the ramp. Hopefully everybody can see the ramp. The door is going to open up. Normally you could actually use an app to do it, but John's going to push the button to open the door using the key fob. Can you open the door for me? Thank you. As you can see, the door goes all the way back, and it goes back a little bit more to send. It hits a trigger sensor in the back to let the van know it's time for the ramp to come down. Can you come around, John? Just in case it might fall. So that's my viewpoint. That's what it's like with me to go down the ramp. You angled the phone a little bit. Just got to adjust. Actually, let's hold it. and just show them the van. Yep. So I'm showing you the van right now. It's actually so if you can see, that's the van, that's the ramp. It's actually lowered to the ground right now, so it kneels so that the to get up the ramp, it's not going to take it's not as steep. With me, I use a power wheelchair, so I don't really notice the difference too much with the ramp, but that's kind of how it is. And with this being to adapt this van, it gives me the independence to be able to travel. It gives me the independence to be able to work or own a business or go visit people. I mean, there's this, I know the technology and everything is really cool too, but it changes the quality of life for me just by just adapting a vehicle. So, and if you ever get a chance to adapt a vehicle, just think about the technology and the things that you could put in it, like voice activation, eye gaze technology to maybe open the door, uh, to be able to release. I know that that I know a lot of cars of with the driving by themselves, but even with me, if I had a vehicle that drove by itself, I still need a caregiver to help me out because I have muscle spasms, and if I need something to drink, I mean, there's lots of things when you're not able to move from the neck down. Will you hit the key fob so they can see that? I'm going to show you how the van closes up. So when you push the button on the key fob, show the van. Turn it towards me. Turn it around. Nope, just turn the phone. So that's how the van closes up. Now I'd be ready to go if I was inside. The one thing that I didn't talk about or didn't show you yet is my wheelchair. So if you see the straw, I'm actually controlling that with breath. I'm controlling that with the pressure in my breath. So I give it a hard puff to go forward and a hard sip to go backwards. Soft puff right, soft sip left. Uh, the advancement of this wheelchair, just by using my breath, has allowed me to be able to have just most amazing independence. Because if I didn't have it, I would just sit in the chair and then someone would have to push me around. And it's just not freely, it's not, I don't feel free to move around. So this gives me so much independence. The other thing that's really important is a seat cushion. We gotta scan the seat cushion. Seat cushions. Okay, thanks. Can you put it back up? And back up. Seat cushions are really important. The idea of having a really good design for a seat cushion is that it has to have zero pressure, circulation, uh, making sure that it keeps coolness so you don't sweat. Because all it takes is a little bit of pressure on a person's bottom that's not mobile, and it can cause pressure wounds. And a pressure wound can have a person that stays in bed for years, and sometimes actually can lead to death. So a lot of thought went into the seat cushion, and that's a really important part that is attached to the wheelchair. All right, now I'm going to take you into the house so I can show you some more technology. You have the camera to turn it on. Yep. All right. Just adjusting things. angle the base of that. Bring it towards you. There we go. Okay. Woo. You straighten that out a little bit. Trying to give you a viewpoint of what it's like when you're driving a wheelchair. As you can see, there's a ramp and a plane in the air. The ramp actually, everywhere I go, I have to have curb cuts and ramps because stairs are like the biggest barrier for me. One little step can stop me from going to a family event, a function, work, a meeting. All it takes is this one little step. And then the day is completely over because there's such an obstacle. But just with just the thought, just of the incline of a ramp, it changes the light. Because this house right here, if it didn't have this ramp, I wouldn't even be able to get in this house right now. But because it has a ramp, I'm able to just drive right up the ramp with no problems. Wide enough doorway. Hardwood floors are a must. Just having hardwood floors allows the wheelchair to just travel everywhere without any obstacles. And wheelchairs can dirty up carpet really fast. I'm taking you back to where I'm staying right now. Because of COVID, I actually left my house back in March to my caregiver's house in the back of it so that I could have a safe location. So I actually had to leave my home and to bring just a few things with me. And I've been staying here for about 4 months now. It's all because of COVID. This is where I was able to still get 24-hour care and stay healthy and safe. This is a hospital bed. That right there is a breathing machine that I have to use at night because I'm not breathing as strong because my diaphragm is paralyzed. I have to have that to help me breathe to a higher tidal volume so that my oxygen level doesn't go down. And that's the hospital bed. My bed at home is a queen size. This is a really thin size. This machine right here is called a Foyer Lift or a Trixie Lift. This is actually how I get in and out of the wheelchair. This technology that's available with just to be able for me to use the lift to be able to be lifted out of the chair electronically. Then maybe I'll have John just put it over by the bed just so you can see it. So I would be in the Hoyer lift, in the sling, and then brought over to the bed, and then drop down in the bed. So if I'm laying in bed and I want to just get up, it takes a while because you have to put me in the sling, attach the sling to the Trixie lift. And then get lifted up and then brought over to the chair. Okay. That's just some of the technology that I have. Okay. A little more. Okay, grab that one. Put that up here. Put the back of the camera on. Nope. Top one. Yeah. And then angle it down. All right. Now I'm angle it down some more and then turn it this way. Angle it down a little more. Awesome. Next. All right, now I'm back at the workstation. I'm now on my laptop. Ooh, I'm using the cell phone and the laptop and trying to control everything by voice. Oh, all right. Oh, can't hear me. Wake up. Go to next tab. Mouse grid. 1, 7, 2, 4, 2. Mouse click. Go to sleep. I'm actually using my headset right now. I'm using Dragon Naturally Speaking. So I am on my laptop now, looking also on the cell phone. Wake up. Click reload. Go to sleep. With Dragon, this also allows me to have independence when I'm using the laptop. So I give it a voice command. I tell the headset to wake up. Wake up. Mouse grid. 2, 8, 2. Mouse click. Go to next tab. Mouse grid. 8, 8, 1. Mouse click. Close tab. Mouse grid. 1, 9, 7, 2. Mouse click. Go to sleep. Hopefully, if everything worked right, I'm going to go from this camera. Wake up. Mouse grid. 8. Mouse click. Go to sleep. To the laptop camera. Hopefully. Well, I went backstage. I'm on the laptop and the cell phone right now. I'm not sure. Hopefully they can switch over the camera. There we are. There we are. All right. There we are. Okay, push square on there. Back if you can. Yes. Swipe from the top down. Just a sec, let me close out. Or wait. Push square. Push the boxes. Just a sec. Touch that. There we go. Here we are. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Woo! So I went from the cell phone now, and now I'm on my laptop. Wow. As you can see, using voice, being able to have to like instruct somebody on what to push and things like that, there's just no way around it. I do a lot of live broadcasting too. And I just tell the audience, hey, like sometimes I just gotta tell people, like I'm doing these functions. So if I'm going from trying to turn the volume up or adjusting the microphone, I just have to do it. But right now I'm back on the laptop and I'm hoping that you were able to see the van, the inside of the van. I'm not sure, like on my phone it looked right, but I'm not sure what you could see. But just all the stuff that I showed you already, this technology, it's just gained, it's empowered me. It's gave me independence. If I was at home, I have Alexa. Alexa is amazing because that was the first time that voice recognition was actually voice recognition. Because in years, I've had this argument with hands-free. even with companies that make hands-free, like for the Bluetooth headsets, I would always say, oh, well, great. How do I use it? I'm not able to move from the neck down. They would say, well, you just push the button and then you answer your call. I'm like, how's that hands-free? They're like, well, it's hands-free. And I'm like, that doesn't sound, oh, okay, awesome. That doesn't sound hands-free. I'm saying, can you please say that to me again? The instructions? Yeah, you just push the button when someone's calling you. You take your hand, push the button, and answer the call. To me, that's not hands-free. My world of hands-free is voice recognition, not touching anything. When someone's not able to move from the neck down, that's that hands-free means I don't have to touch it. So I've always had this kind of discussion or dialogue about what hands-free is. When Alexa came out, I was able to say, "Hey Alexa," like make a call, and it automatically just goes in. What do you like to call? Or turn on the lights, or turn the TV off, or if you have the door, open sesame door, like an automatic door. Alexa, open the door. The door would open. If I want to read a book, Alexa, read my Audible book of this. Like everything is voice activated, and it actually understands me really good. Even far away, like 15, 20 feet into my house, I can say, give Alexa commands. The other thing that's really cool is that there's some things that there's a TV, there's a coffee maker. I have a coffee pot that is in my kitchen. It's got Alexa capabilities to it. So if I say Alexa, turn on the coffee maker, boom, I can brew coffee. All of these things to be able to do yourself and not always have to ask somebody, oh, can you turn the light on for me? Can you change the channel for me? Can you adjust this? Can you turn this page? It just changes. It's life changing. The quality of life is just changed from this. I know a lot of people, they look at it and they're like, wow, this is cool that you can do this and that. But this type of technology, it's changing lives, and it improves the life of a person. A person can go from isolation into independence just by technology and design that's there now. Now, for future designers, and I would say just look at what's available and then make it better. Like, just keep building on that. The other thing is have some focus groups and study groups. Like, think about when you're designing things of a person that's not able to move from the neck down. Maybe they're not able to even move their head and they're only able to move their eyes or their mouth or their breath, or maybe they can move their legs but not their arms. Maybe the person's not able to see. Maybe they're not able to hear. Maybe they're a little person. Maybe they have cognitive, but they're not able to understand things. There's like so many different disabilities out there. And when you're designing things, the voice has to be brought to the table. We want our input when the design is being made. So if you're able to get people that have all types of different disabilities to be able to get their input when you're designing, that's going to make your product, that's going to make what you're designing so much better. It's going to be amazing because you're actually not only opening the doors to everyone so that it fits the needs of a person, but you're also telling the customer, I thought about you when I was designing. I thought about you. I know you are out there, and I want to make my product for you too. Because when people make things and I'm not able to use it, we're talking now. Where would what it's like they didn't even acknowledge that I was here. Or why is this not voice activated yet? Or why can I not move the mouse cursor with my head or open my mouth and make windows pop open or close? A lot of things. And don't half it. Please, when you're designing things, don't half it. Go all the way. In fact, don't just go all the way. Go as hard as you ever can go. Like, think way outside the box. Think, I mean, when you're thinking, like, it does not matter. Have no limitations. And then if you have to scale it back a little bit, that's fine too. But just go out there, like this. Think like way outside the box, out of the universe when you're thinking about this thing. Like I was discussing in a podcast, one of the voice functions on the phone. I can make a phone call by voice, but I'm not able to hang it up by voice. So if I'm calling somebody by voice and they don't answer, it just goes to their voicemail. And then I use up 5 minutes or 3 minutes of their voicemail because I'm not able to hang the phone up. So I'm just talking on their voicemail. And even if you're quiet, it still doesn't recognize it enough to shut it off. Why, when they designed that feature, am I not able to hang the phone up using my voice? That doesn't make any sense to me. Why give me, I feel like it's giving me crumbs and not the full dinner, you know? That's my own opinion, but that's what it feels like when you're designing like hospital beds and things. The hospital beds are very like they're not very wide. When you're in there, it is like you feel like trapped. That's why I have a bed that's at the house. It's a queen size, so I feel more open and be able to lay around. There's got to be more design into hospital beds, but of course, it all comes down a lot of times to money and affordability. That's the other thing. 10, 15 years ago, some of this technology that's out here, assistive technology, you actually had to get an assistive technology person and get a doctor's script just to turn your lights on and open your door. And they would come out and there would be thousands and thousands of dollars to be able to afford technology that you could just go puff on a straw or tap a switch with your head to make the light go on and off. And now where we are now with smart homes, the smart technology, it's just a game changer. It's just like I've been waiting for this for a long time, and it's so exciting when I get to actually now like be mobile and be independent. The other thing is like the world though too. It's got a lot of work to do with accessibility and design. There's still no wheelchair accessible planes. I have to get lifted out of the seat and then into the airplane seat onto a dolly. It needs a lot of catching up. And when they're building new buildings and homes, think about having a ground level that's no stairs. It's like, why do we even need stairs? Why are we still building stairs? Why are we not building inclines or ramps or making it easier on a person's knees or ankles? And a person to be able to use a chair, or if they're rolling a baby carriage or something. It's just things you have to think about. The future of technology, I'm looking forward to it. There's also the medical end. There's the robotic, the ectoskeleton, where it has a person that's paralyzed and they're able to go in this bodysuit and actually walk. There's the robotic arm, someone that has an arm or a leg that's been amputated or lost, or maybe they weren't born with one at all. They're now actually, there's technology and things that's been designed where they can actually use a robotic arm, grab things, to be able to be function. Just those things right there changes a person's life. I don't know where the voice recognition technology is going to go. It's got to get more efficient. Even in my van now, if someone pushes the button and I want to make a call or give it a voice command, it just doesn't recognize. The Alexa is good, really good. I would say that. The Google, I don't want to say the complete name because my phone will wake up. But it's okay. I mean, it recognizes sometimes. Trying to think of more. Is there any questions? Donna, is there anybody that has any questions?
Yeah, Eric, there are a couple. You worked with the van builder Chrysler Fiat for a long time. Are there any other companies that you're currently working with to develop a technology that you feel could help you with daily activities and in the future?
Um, any company any company that's out there, I always try and find like who's the decision maker, or maybe the engineer or the designer. Like just now, like the mounts, I just got these wheelchair, or they're not even wheelchair mounts, they're actually for vehicles, but it worked to mount the phone to the wheelchair. So I was able to actually use these mounts that I ordered by talking to the company and showing them the wheelchair. We had a Zoom call and I showed the chair, and they said, well, these mounts may work for the chair. Well, let's do it. Let's see if they work. So now I'll be able to give them feedback after I've been using it. With vehicles, I was supposed to go speak at Chrysler actually before the COVID happened. I was going to speak in the design dome where they actually designed the vehicles, and it didn't happen. And we're still on board for it once they start bringing people in. But any type of company, like if I'm on Facebook and I see a product, I go right to them and I ask them, how is the function? What's the accessibility of it? Um, uh, I'm trying to think of anybody I'm working with now. I'm always working with people. Actually, I'm always talking about accessibility. And I try to not just talk about like my accessibility, because I know people, being an advocate with people with disabilities, so I understand like their voice too, like what their concerns are and what they're looking for. I'm not going to speak on behalf of them, but when I talk, I'm not just going to talk about my circumstances of the wheelchair. My stepbrother is deaf, so I talk about closed caption. I talk about interpreters. Some people like caption, some people like an interpreter. There's all those different things. So I'm always discussing these things when I go everywhere, from a restaurant to a business, and of course I'm always getting faced by the ADA, accessible parking, wheelchair parking, things like that. I don't know. I'm always trying to raise awareness and this, and also follow what I speak on. So if I don't park in accessible parking unless I'm getting out of the van, because that's against the law. So I try to do exactly what I say.
Mm-hmm. What's the best advice you could give our campuseros, who a lot of them are, in the STEM programs, of how you would like to see them using technology in the future to help you? The best advice that you could give them.
The best advice would understand who the people are, like what's their functions. That everybody is not walking around moving their arms and legs and seeing and hearing and able to talk and stuff. And so I would say the best advice is to understand what you're designing for, who you're designing for. And if you're designing things, then make sure that you're designing for, try to get everyone. I know it's hard to get everyone, but if you try to get everyone, at least you're coming, you're going to get further than someone that's not. And the market's out there. We're overlooked, the invisible. The market is out there. I mean, and when you make it public that you are designing things with accessibility in mind, like you want to make it available for people, we support it. We support it, and we talk. We talk amongst each other and support people that support our needs. So that would be.
Those are some great words of wisdom that you just provided. Any closing thoughts that you have?
No, I'm just happy that I was able to. So hopefully everything worked out. As you can see, this is technology. With the cell phone, the laptop, you have to let me know, Donna. I mean,
everything worked great. I wish we could have seen you drive up in your van, but hopefully next year at the in-person campus party event that is scheduled for July 23rd through 25th at TCF Center, we can have Eric drive up right into the exhibit hall and the stage and be able to show us his technology in person. So Eric, we truly appreciate your time today. We hope that you have a great weekend. And all the campuseros out there, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for watching. And have a great rest of the campus party.
Thank you, Eric.
Hands-on learning is the cornerstone of what we do. Because at Oakland University, we know that with experience comes empowerment. Our engineering and computer science labs will be open this fall, ensuring your curiosity is matched with our resources. So keep pushing the boundaries of your creativity, and we'll keep empowering your future. Learn more at oakland.edu/SECS.